Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the Lady Beaver Brook Gymnasium, home court of the St. Thomas Tommies men's basketball team. I'm Bill Gibson. You're watching ACAA TV and Tommies TV on YouTube. Last game of the first semester for both of these clubs. It is the UKC Blue Devils in town for a game against the Tommies. Tommies are 6-1. That's second in the conference behind MSVU. UKC at the bottom looking for their first win. MSVU ranked second in the nation. The Tommies 8th. Vanier is number 1. UKC coming off a loss yesterday at UNBSJ. It's going to be a lot closer game than this score looks like. 88-69 was the final. But about 2.5 minutes into the fourth quarter, it was just a two-possession, 6-point game. St. John used a massive 28-8 fourth quarter to break open that two-possession game. Ife Chikwe with 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Caleb Rennie, 18 points, 5 rebounds for the Blue Devils. For the Seawolves, A.J. Nash with a big game, 24 points, 11 boards. Jack Furry-Miller with 20.6 rebounds. And the Blue Devils only one field goal in the fourth quarter. Their other 6 points coming from the line. Tough to win when you only get one field goal in the quarter. Tommies with a massive victory yesterday. By massive, I mean point spread and points on the board. 110-62 over Holland. For Holland, the bright spot with Bryce Corliss with 21 points. Tommies had 6 players in double figures, led by Vince Littleton, who was player of the game with 21 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. And Ted Braden with 17 points, 6 rebounds. Braden was great inside for STU yesterday. STU, 38 more shots, 90-52 were the shots. STU, 58 paint points and 59 points off the bench for the Tommies. These teams met once before at UKC back on November 5th. The Tommies won 89-71. UKC was up 24-17 after the first. Tommies used 58-25 in the middle quarters to win. For UKC, it was Shoveler, who's no longer with the team, leading them with 13. And Tarek Armstrong with 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 7 assists. He leads the conference, does the rookie Armstrong. Chikwe had a double-double at 10 and 10. For the Tommies, Evan Villain had 9. Noah McCarthy with a pretty good game for STU. 17 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. The players to watch for UKC for sure are number 5, Armstrong, the rookie at a Southwest Academy in London, Ontario. 15 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 6.3 assists. Spectacular numbers as a rookie. Chikwe, who I've talked about, third year of eligibility, had 22 games with the Dell Tigers. Second leading scorer in the league at 20.2 points and 8.8 rebounds. They are the two to watch in the 2 starters, along with Corson O'Rourke, wears number 14, Andrew DeRuga, who wears 22, and Caleb Rennie wears 23. 9 players, number of scratches here for UKC. Starters for the Tommies: 4 is Hassan, 5 Tamwine, 11 is McCarthy, 13 is Lavoie, and 15 is Braden. It'll be Braden against the 6'6" DeRuga out of Gonzaga High in St. John's, Newfoundland. Second year against the 6'7" Braden. Ted Braden out of Ottawa. Back at STU after being at Algonquin College for a year and really been coming on strong here, getting back into this Tommies system. Tommy played really high pace yesterday, really ground Holland into the ground, forced a lot, and capitalized on a lot of turnovers. Tommy's control off the top. Braden, Brethan Tamwine, Jeff Lavoie, and Reese Hassan. UKC opens in a zone by the looks of things. Shot missed by the Tommies. That's Armstrong. Derek Armstrong. That's off the hands of Chikwe. Braden for Lavoie. Lavoie got going early yesterday. I think he only ended up with 10, so he didn't keep it going throughout the game. Had a little foul trouble he dealt with. Back for Hassan. Armstrong picks up the foul, trying to jump the passing lane. Just slightly late. First foul of the game goes on Armstrong. Right now would be my ballot for Rookie of the Year would be Armstrong. Hassan for Lavoie. Lavoie drives, snakes through, and the light went up off glass. Armstrong. Braden looks for the steal. O'Rourke with the catch. Rennie on the drive. Going to be a foul on one of the Tommies. Going to be on Braden. His first, team's first. Sends Caleb Rennie to the line. Rennie out of Ajax, Ontario, and Pickering High School. 12.7 points, 5 rebounds, over 2.5 assists per game for Rennie, who shoots better than a 75% clip from the line. Rennie, of course, as I say that, will miss. Rebound to Braden and the Tommies. McCarthy into the front court for Lavoie. Lavoie spins back McCarthy. Three-pointer rimmed out. Rennie on the rebound. Lavoie with the steal. Lavoie all alone for the lay-in. 4-1 Tommies, and here comes Tommy pressure. Rennie for Armstrong. Corson O'Rourke. Probably not the Blue Devil Coach Stevenson wants handling the ball 25 feet from the basket. Rennie is a terror on the boards. Very good rebounder. Braden with the take, make, and foul. DeRuga looks like he'll pick up this one. It is DeRuga. Braden will go to the line and shoot one. Ted Braden's offensive numbers improving as the year wears on here. 7.4 points, that's up after the game yesterday. 9.1 rebounds, and just about an assist a game as well for Braden. There is Braden. O'Rourke. Chikwe. Clean looking shot there for Chikwe. Lavoie low post against O'Rourke. Kamwine makes the three. Rennie for O'Rourke. Armstrong, Rennie low post. Good matchup here for Rennie. Chikwe. O'Rourke to beat the shot clock, makes two. Hassan to the corner, Tamwine for Braden. Tamwine back to Braden. Long time in the key there for Ted. McCarthy. Long range shot, doesn't find the mark. Rebound Daruga. Lavoie against Armstrong. Armstrong uses the off arm to clear some space. Score inside by Rennie. Lavoie makes the three-pointer. Lavoie struggled a bit from the arc to begin this season. Big make for him to see that go through. That is Lavoie on O'Rourke. O'Rourke dribbles out of it. Nice move by O'Rourke. Can't get the reverse to go. Rebound Tommy's. Hassan on the run. Hassan loses the handle off the dribble. Subs for both sides. 7 and 13 for UKC. 7 is Brendan Morris. 13, Marko Satanovic. For the Tommies, Villain, Amos, and Littleton in. So the Miramichi connection along with Vince Littleton. Littleton, Tommy's leading scorer and player of the game yesterday. That's Satanovic off for Chikwe, who makes another three. That's Littleton. The acrobatic finish. Like a body foul on Braden. That's going to be his second. Big foul there for Stu. Duel along with Harrison Florian check in for Stu. Duel at 14. Florian in 22 in the green. He wears 0 in white, but 22 here in green. Littleton with the steal from Armstrong, ahead from Villain. Villain with the foul from Satanovic. Will send Evan Villain to the line. Villain in his third year at Miramichi Valley. 10 points, 4.4 rebounds, and nearly 2 assists a game. And nearly a 60% shooter from the free throw line for the end one. It doesn't go. Florian picks up the push foul on the rebound. So that's 3 fouls on the Tommy big men, Braden and Florian. Timeout taken by UKC. I set up my tee up for this game, the little video I do for most of the Tommy home games at least. Key to this one for the Tommy, stay focused, bring the same effort and process that they did yesterday. Spoke with Coach Hickey pregame and he said, yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. Only thing they changed today is there's a different scratch for the Tommies. Tanner Hoyt still out for Stu. And Zach Votor is the number scratch for the Tommies. Caden LaValle, first-year player out of Oromocto, draws in. For UKC, Noah Lopez is a scratch. And as mentioned previously, Ben Shoveler, who was on the lineup card, no longer with the team. Jerome Williams also a scratch for UKC as the injury bug has bitten. Tommy's forced a turnover, but it's picked up by Will Patterson, number 24. Patterson, one of a pair of players from Port Coquitlam, BC. Patterson, 6'7" in his first year at a BC Christian Academy. Looks for the hook shot there. It doesn't go down. What I assume is brother Jack Patterson wears 12. Armstrong with a fancy behind the back move. Tommies get the rebound, duel to the floor, up for Littleton. Mullane to the rim again. Can't get that one to go, but he gets the offensive rebound, blocked by Patterson. Another block again. Patterson knocks that one away. Another behind the back play by Armstrong, and that time Armstrong's going to draw a block on the drive to the basket. Caleb Rennie up off the bench for UKC as Chikwe will go to the bench. Armstrong collects himself before the free throw, and he will shoot. Already mentioned his great numbers, just about 15 points, over 6.5 rebounds, and a league-leading 6.3 assists per game. Really dynamic duo here with Chikwe. Tommy's inbound up 4. A little under 4 minutes to go. That's Florian for Amos. Littleton launches a three-pointer. That's good. Armstrong showed that behind the back move 3 times now at the very least. Drives on Littleton, nice hesitation move. Silky drive by Armstrong. Littleton looks to answer the other way. He'll pick up a foul. That's going to go on Will Patterson. O'Rourke will check in for Satanovic. Lavoie and Tamwine in for Stu as Littleton makes the free throw. Tommies, they come into this one scoring 87.7 points a game, giving up 75.9. So that's nearly a 12-point plus for the Tommies. For UKC, they score 73-7, give up 84. Go to 10-point minus for UKC. They've been in some close ones and played really well. I've watched a number of their games, including that one yesterday. Watched it this morning as I was getting my game notes ready for this one. As I say, they were right in it, right a couple minutes into the fourth quarter. And then they couldn't score, and St. John looked really good the rest of the way. Ended up with a margin that I think was bigger than most of the game would have dictated, but all 4 quarters count. Florian, tough catch. Gets it up off the glass. KC was looking for a 3 in the key call. Florian hobbles off with appears to be an ankle injury. He injured the ankle at UKC and was out for a while as he hobbles off here. So Florian off with an injury. Braden with 2 fouls. It'll force Lavoie to play the 5 position, I believe. Riverland's number 8 in for Stu. Hassan with the closeout on Rennie will pick up the foul. He's watching the Tommies defense. Miss on the first one from Rennie. And the second, he'll get one more, fouled shooting the three. Kochicki moves Hassan to the right side of the lane for the right-handed shooter. Lands blocked by Patterson, back into the hands of Lands. McCarthy stutter step drive. He's going to pick up the foul, I think, on Patterson. It is Patterson. Chikwe will check back in. As will Jack Patterson, number 12, Jack Patterson. In for Will Patterson. 6'10" Jack, as mentioned, one of the pair from Port of Coquitlam and BC Christian. Reach in on McCarthy. Oh, instead called a block. Tommy's fifth. Looks like that went up on the board on number 5 on Tamwine. Rennie good on that free throw. Miss on the second. Hassan for three. Lavoie tipped the rebound. Called off of Rennie, though. 14 on the shot clock as the Tommies inbound. Tommies 4 flat, inbound to Lavoie. McCarthy pull-up jump shot off the back foot. Rebound O'Rourke. That's Chikwe. He's a tough match. Very athletic, awesome scorer. Rennie will get an O'Rourke screen, and that's a big screen when O'Rourke sets it. It's a wide set of shoulders to go around on Corson O'Rourke. Shot clock winding down. That's number 7, Morris, who has to get one away. Didn't get the rim, but the Tommies have the ball. Lavoie uses the body to shield Morris from the ball and scores 2. Ball collected from the Tommies bench area. Rennie against Tamwine. Good step in by McCarthy and a steal by Lavoie. And a foul by Chikwe. He doesn't like the call for Michael Murray. Michael Murray was wrong once yesterday. He's not going to be wrong today. Just kidding, folks. It's a little running gag I have with some of the officials here. Rebound for O'Rourke. Rennie travels. Nice jump in by Lavoie. Tommies lead by 9 here, under a minute to go first quarter. 27 points. It's a big scoring quarter. Lavoie that time with the miss on the three-pointer. Rebound Jack Patterson for Chikwe. Score here would be really important for UKC. Chikwe for Rennie. Morris. Nowhere to go, under 10 to shoot for Rennie. Rennie, step back. Front rim, rebound Hassan. 18 on the shot clock, Tommy's push. For McCarthy. That one rolls in for Noah McCarthy. McCarthy and Rennie with a little conversation. Clock still running. O'Rourke with the catch. Lavoie with the steal and heave. End of the first quarter is the Tommies plus 11. 29-18 over UKC. Tommies pick up the scoring pace right where they left off yesterday. Nearly a 30-point quarter here to go up 11 on the Blue Devils. Online stats not active today, so I can't grab those. And of course, from my privileged perch here in the pit, don't have enough time to go all the way down to the scores table and come back with a printed version, so can't help you out there with the scores today. You are watching along at home. Feel free to reach out. You can catch me on X or Twitter at Billsby, 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 or drop me an email at the podcast email, latescratches@outlook.com, latescratches@outlook.com, and feel free to check out the podcast anytime. We talk a lot of Tommies on that, do Brad Janes and I, as we host, and we have some awesome guests along as well. Everything about Fredericton sports. And of course, it was a pleasure to have Coach Hickey and Jeffrey Lavoie on to tee up the Tommy season earlier on the podcast. Check out that episode if you haven't already. Some great comments there. Coach Connors and Kylie Roy joined from the women's team. Tommy's lone loss came at MSVU, and it wasn't a particularly close game. MSVU thus far perfect on the men's side at 7-0. Hosting Mount A right now. Other game this afternoon, Holland at UNBSJ. Foul called on McCarthy on the takeaway there. Start this quarter, it is McCarthy, Villain, Littleton, Amos, and Braden in with the 2 fouls for the Tommies. For STU, Rennie, 22 is Deruga, 5 is Armstrong, 9 is Cheekwe, and 14 is Corson O'Rourke. O'Rourke only sitting at 4.3 rebounds a game, but he's capable of at least double that on any given night, sometimes triple that. He's an amazing rebounder, and there you see him pick up a rebounding foul there. O'Rourke in his 3rd year at Riverview Rural and Sydney, Nova Scotia. Amos, cross-court pass Littleton for a sidestep 3-pointer. As he let Armstrong go by, Littleton finds the bottom of the bucket. Love Vince Littleton's patience this year. It's improved in my view at least, the ball handling skill. Seems to be keeping the ball tighter. Still attacking on offense, but in my view, again, making better decisions with the ball, which is awesome to see. And of course, you expect that as a player gains experience. And I'm sure we'll see Derek Armstrong who picked up the travel there, gain experience, the rookie. He's already got great numbers as well. Imagine how good he's going to be when he adjusts to the league. Come out, adjust to the league. There is the veteran McCarthy with the elbow jump shot to score 2. Armstrong uses the O'Rourke screen. O'Rourke rolled, didn't get the return pass. Deruga fights for it on the floor. Littleton comes away with it. Still loose. Littleton hands off to Villain, who scores 2. Timeout UKC as the Tommies score the first 7 of the quarter here in a minute and a half, keeping the pedal to the metal. Like we're talking press break in the UKC huddle. Sometimes try to listen in, and I can never really get a great sense of what's going on in the huddle. I can kind of tell the demeanor, and every once in a while you can pick up a few words here. They're the acoustics in the gym, but usually drowned out by the music or the fans. Rennie inbounds for Armstrong. Villain doubles, forces the ball out of Armstrong's hands. For Deruga, back to Armstrong. Deruga from 15 feet, too strong, rebound Littleton. Littleton rips and goes, numbers for Stu. That is McCarthy finishing at the rim, can't get there. Deruga, good defense that time. Amos knocked that one out. Cheekwe inbounds. Look for Cheekwe to get the return pass. All the way over on the far side, that's Cheekwe. That three-pointer didn't find the mark, and it's Littleton again. Villain drifts to the corner this time. There's Villain on the offensive foul on Littleton. Villain didn't make it. I was worried that he was going to end up on top of Rennie, who hit the deck after the Littleton contact. Held my breath there for a second, thinking we were going to have an ugly-looking collision on the floor. It was a nice move by Villain, really, to throw on the brakes and not get off the shot he could have to avoid landing on the player on the floor. Offensive foul is the second foul on Littleton. Second on the Tommies this quarter. Rennie. No rim on that one. Amos for Littleton. McCarthy on the run. That time he gets the shot away. Back outside. Amos. Pass to the corner. Villain. No good. Rebound. O'Rourke. Ahead for Armstrong. Armstrong tips it to himself. Little fake off glass, and it rolls off the rim and in for Armstrong. Tommies turn it back up quickly, already on the attack. McCarthy an open three. Make that a two. Toes on the line. Armstrong pass, too hot to handle for Deruga, and you don't like the reaction there to Armstrong. He was looking for the flashy assist. Reacted negatively to his own player bobbling the pass. It's going to be three on Ted Braden, I believe. It is three on Braden. He's going to spend, I think, the rest of this half, the shorts glued to the bench. Rennie to the line again. He'll be taking out a mortgage there. He's been to the line so many times today. Must feel like home. Make on the second. Lavoie, Tamwine, Hassan. Back for Lavoie. If I didn't mention it, there are 5 new green shirts in the game. Lavoie scores on the drive. Tommy's up 18. Armstrong takes it himself that time, scores again. The Tommies will turn it up while Armstrong's still on the floor. Cheekwe with the steal that time. And a block on Tamwine. It's one thing I've noticed about Armstrong as well, after he gets to the bucket and scores. Kind of stands there and admires it for an extra beat or two. The Tommies taking advantage to turn the ball up the other way. Armstrong makes the three. Timeout Tommies. Coach Hickey didn't like what he saw on defense there from Stu. Coach Hickey talking there about effort, I think, on that one. And for the Tommies, what Coach Hickey said, it's all about process today, about doing same things they did yesterday. Don't necessarily expect the results to be the same today, but if they get that level of effort and play that style of game, they'll be pretty happy with that part. And that's a little corrective action there, as you didn't like something on that defensive possession. Not sure if it was an individual or the group effort. Samwine for Duel. Inside Lavoie. Back rim, rebound off of a UKC player. I think that's Armstrong. It is Armstrong. He's asking the official to reverse the call. Lavoie double team. Duel picks it up. 3 on the shot clock. Hassan to Tamwine to beat the shot clock. That one rimmed out. Got a good look after the broken play. Armstrong again behind the back. Hassan was there. Duel down. Armstrong now 8 to shoot. Uses the screen for Daruga. Looking back to Daruga on the roll and is picked off by Ben Duel. Tamwine on the catch for Florian, who's going to take the 3. Harrison Florian with the triple from deep. Trouble for UKC if Harrison starts making them out there. If you got to go out to the 3-point line and guard Harrison. Going to be a foul on Daruga. Brendan Morris checks in for UKC. Daruga to the bench. Florian might have got away with a walk there. I'm not sure. To see that again. Got super long legs, so he might have just covered more ground than I expected. Littleton makes the 3. Tommy's up 19. Armstrong right to the bucket, blocked by Hassan. I think Cheekways foul shooting the 3-pointer. That's behind the side basket and the beam for me. Didn't see that play at all. I think it was Lavoie who went flying out there. And referee Spencer Jeffrey, who's joined by Adam Humphrey and Michael Murray. I didn't already tell you that. Officiating this game. Hope I told you that off the top, because halfway through the second quarter or better is a little late to be giving you that information. Cheekway to the line, 75% free throws to shooter or thereabouts. Makes the first 2. And indeed the foul on Lavoie. The Tommies Now over the limit. Three for three from Chikwe. Ifezanachi Chikwe at a Dartmouth and Auburn Drive High School. Littleton. Lavoie on the offensive glass. Tommy's lead now 18. That's Satanovic for Rennie. Numbers, Chikwe from the corner, makes a three. Chikwe with the steal, razzle-dazzle coming here. Oh, doesn't really get up over the rim, just gets that one in. Lead down to 13, 5 in a row from Chikwe on the triple and the steal with the layup. Pressure from UKC, Florian sets the screen. Lavoie backs in against Chikwe and gets it to go down. Nice offense by Jeffrey Lavoie. Last year CCA All-Canadian Lavoie. Shows why there, looking for the steal against Armstrong. He's going to double on the outside. Tough catch for Chikwe. 12 to shoot. Morris lets fly and scores a triple. Whole lot of green jerseys on the sideline. Set to check in as the lead is 12. Florian can't get it to go. Rebound to Rennie. Rennie right into Lavoie. No call off of Florian's feet. Out of bounds. Timeout UKC, and there are 4 new green jerseys set to check in. I think the Tommies are thinking that UKC doesn't have another timeout here. And the officials are going to get together and talk about this, I think, ask the question. Michael Murray talking to Coach Luke Stevenson. Now back at the table. The timeouts happened, whether they had one or not. They had a timeout. Set the play here. UKC inbounding on the end line. Rennie on the catch and score against Villain. Draws the foul as well. And with that, a chance to cut it to single digits. Was 18 not that long ago, suddenly. And I think it's already down, I think that's 40 on the board. It is 40, misses there. 10-point lead. Tommy's to the front court. McCarthy can't get that one to go down. Rebound Armstrong. Armstrong with speed to the front court, now slows it up. Armstrong for Chikwe. Chikwe is deadly from deep against Lands. 7 to shoot. Morris from way deep. Back rimmer, but rebound for Rennie. Rennie to the bucket for 2 points. Adjustments by Coach Stevenson have helped UKC. 2 timeouts ago, not that last one. Lands through the hands of Littleton. Knocked out by the Tommies. Lavoie checks in for Riverlands. McCarthy, Littleton, Amos, Lavoie, and Villain for STU. Cheekwe, Satanovic, Rennie, Morris, and Armstrong for UKC. Cheekwe will inbound. For Morris, back for Cheekwe. Rennie, nice move to the bucket against Amos and scores again. Around Lavoie by Amos, 6-point game. Lavoie can't connect on the corner pass for Villain. Tarek with the delay of game warning on finishing that play. UKC had stepped out of bounds along the Tommies bench. Satanovic will pick up the foul. Marco Satanovic, first year out of Reynolds Secondary in Victoria, BC. 6'5" forward. Lavoie against Satanovic. Count the bucket. Lavoie to the line. Satanovic will pick up the foul. It'll be Satanovic's third. O'Rourke in for Satanovic. Lavoie makes that one. Morris thought he had that. Held the pose, hoping it would go down. Lavoie with speed backs in on Morris outside. Tommy's work offense for McCarthy and a 3-point release. Rebound Cheekwe for Armstrong. Armstrong with speed. Corner pass off of Tommy past Rennie, but it will be King's ball. 40.1 seconds to go here in the opening half. Armstrong, no good. Rebound Lavoie. Up for Littleton. Littleton gets by Cheekwe right to the rim. Villain fights for the offensive rebound. Gets out the Windex, cleans the boards, and puts it up for a bucket. Tommies extend the lead. Back to 11, and they're on their pace from yesterday's 110-point barrage as Cheekwe makes a big shot at the buzzer. High-scoring first half, 55-47. As the Tommies got up several times by well into double digits on UKC, and UKC kept fighting back. Dynamic scoring from Armstrong, Cheekwe, as well as Caleb Rennie. 55-47, take the halftime break. I'm going to go downstairs, get a score sheet. Come on back. A couple minutes before the half starts. I'll run through the scores from the first half. Hi fans, and welcome back to the LB Gym, home of the St. Thomas Tommies, where it's the 6-1 Tommies 55 and the 0-7 UKC Blue Devils 47. Tommies on their 110-point pace exactly from yesterday, but UKC hanging right with them here. Tommies were up 18 at one point, I believe I said, and now it's down to 8. Tommies led 29-18 after the first, but it was a 29-26 second quarter in favor of UKC to give us this score. Lots to talk about on the score sheet. 14 turnovers from UKC, only 5 by the Tommies. Tommies 21 of 41 from the field for 51%. UKC 15 of 32 for 47%. So the Tommies, the edge in shots there, and where does UKC make it up? It's not in three-point land. UKC 6 of 14, Tommies 6 of 16. So equal three-pointers, but UKC 11 of 15 from the line, including 6 of 10 from Caleb Rennie. He's basically moved into the free throw line in this one. Tommies only 7 of 9. So that covers off some of the differential in the shots and the shooting percentage. Scores in this one. Tarek Armstrong, 11 points and 2 assists. Ifeanyi Chikwe, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Corson O'Rourke, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Caleb Rennie, 14 points, 4 rebounds. And Brendan Morris, 3 points. That's the 47 for UKC. Stu spread out a little bit more. Tamwine has 3. Noah McCarthy has 8. And nothing else on the stat line for McCarthy except a personal foul. No rebound, no assist, no steal. A little bit hard to believe that for Mr. McCarthy. Jeffrey Lavoie with a monster game. 19 points to lead all scorers in the first half. 4 rebounds, and assists, 3 steals. Braden, 3 points. Vince Littleton, 13 points, 2 rebounds. It's McCarthy getting fouled by Daruga to start the half. Valane with 6 points, and Florian with the lone triple for 3. That's 55 for the Tommies. Tommies out-rebounding UKC by 2, 16-14. Out-stealing them 7-2 as well. McCarthy on the line, and starting personnel for this half for the Tommies. 15 is Braden, 13 Lavoie. McCarthy on the line wears 11. Tamwine 5, and Hassan 4, the 5 that started the game. For UKC, Corson O'Rourke is 14. Daruga is 22. Just picked up his 3rd foul. Caleb Rennie is 23 with the ball. Tarek Armstrong wears 5. And Ifeanyi Chikwe wears 9. That's Rennie for Chikwe. Chikwe, step back. That three-pointer rattles through. 7-point game. Hassan for 3. Rebound, Rennie for Armstrong. Rennie on the take over Braden. Nice move by Caleb Rennie. Lead is down to 5. Hassan drives, loses a handle, but is fouled along the way. It will be either Rennie or Daruga. It is Rennie who picks up the foul. If it was going to be Daruga, it would have been 4. First on Rennie. Rennie smartly puts a hand up and says, "That was me." 2 team fouls now on UKC to start the half. Lavoie in the paint, sends it back outside. Tamwine for 3. That one no good. Rebound in the hands of Chikwe. the score here, and it's a one-possession game. Armstrong for Rennie. Braden fouled by DeRuga, and that's going to be 4. That's going to get Will Patterson up off the bench. Let's see if Tommies look to go to Braden on the inside against Patterson. Hassan for Lavoie. Lavoie backs in an O'Rourke. Back for Hassan, who shoots a 3. Reese Hassan makes from deep. Hassan rubbed off the Patterson screen by Armstrong. Lavoie collects the board, and he's on the push with the handle. Hassan tries it again. That one bounces off the rim into the hands of Will Patterson. Lavoie jumps out to Chikwe. Rennie is going to get the block, and he'll shoot 2. It's a tough collision for Hassan. Wide shoulders of Rennie. Morris will check in. Brendan Morris out of Dundas, Ontario, and Trinity Prep. Second year here with UKC. 8.5 points, 2 assists a game for Morris. Rennie to the line again. What a shock. This will be his 12th attempt of the game, at least here, I believe. Don't think he's got to the line yet this half, other than those 2. Tommy's lead is 6. Hassan for McCarthy. Tommy subs waiting. 5 to shoot for Hassan. Front rim, rebound McCarthy. He's going to put that one up. After the travel, though, no basket. 3 subs for Stu. Littleton, Amos, Villain. McCarthy and Braden stay. Armstrong seems to like the matchup with Littleton. Braden with the block on Patterson. Now Littleton against Armstrong the other way. Braden attacking the rim, fouled by Chikwe. Braden on the line. High arcer is good from Braden. Braden collects his own offensive rebound. Valet now on the offensive glass. Rennie to the floor, picks it out of there. Chikwe leaves that one short. Rebound Braden. McCarthy from 15 feet. Finds the bottom of the rim. Rebound UKC. Rennie on the drive will pick up a foul. If it's Braden, it's 4. Foul goes on Villain, number 9. Florian in for Braden. And back to the line again is Caleb Rennie. It's down the other side of the post. Directing traffic here on the upper deck a little bit. Understandable. There's an infant drawing a lot of attention. Just getting some of the Blue Devil women out of the view of the camera here so we can show you all the action. And most importantly, so we can see up here. Littleton back to the line. Littleton makes the second. Tommy's lead is 8. Rennie. UKC likes that behind the back dribble. Armstrong for Cheekwe. 7 to shoot. Cheekwe. Was wide left that time. Duel for McCarthy for the Tommies. Amos. Duel can't collect the rebound. That's Rennie for Armstrong. Ahead for Morris. Morris drives on Amos. Draws the foul. On Amos. Timeout Tommies. Coach Hickey again wants to talk it over. Coach Hickey talking about UKC's ability to catch the ball without pressure. Could hear those words. Anyone who knows Coach Hickey knows the voice of Coach Hickey will echo through this gym. Morris on the line. Good on the first free throw. Not on the second. Patterson fights with Florian, out off Florian. And down 7. UKC can make this a 2-possession game. Box set up here. Again, let's see if Cheekwe gets the ball back after the inbounds play. On a curl maybe. There's Morris. One screen. We're back for Patterson. Taken away. Littleton to the bucket himself. Villain on the follow. Morris pass to the corner for Cheekwe. Cheekwe one dribble, goes nowhere. Into the post for Patterson against Villain. Double from Littleton. Patterson, nice move to score 2 on the step through. These teams are locked in a battle. Amos to the line. It's going to be on Cheekway, his third. Will Patterson out, Jack Patterson in. Jack Patterson weighs 12. Cheekway out and Rennie back in as Coach Stevenson shuffles the deck on the short bench there a little bit, managing fouls and rest. Amos can't make the second. Tommy's had a hand on the rebound, but it ends up in Satanovich's hands. Now to the front court with Armstrong. For Morris, back for Armstrong. Inside. Takeaway by Littleton. Away from Patterson. Amos on the drive, fouled by Rennie. Rennie didn't think so. You're going to get called on that one just about every time. And you meet a man that deep and you're not planted. Four new bodies with a fifth one waiting to come in for STU. Lavoie, Hassan, Tamwine, McCarthy. Braden will come in for Amos at the next opportunity. Should be right here if he makes the free throw to push the Tommy lead to 10. Here comes Braden. Armstrong uses the Patterson screen and then goes with the underneath move on Braden. Lavoie leaves it short, fights for the rebound off of Lavoie and over to UKC. Tommy's lead is 8. Tommy's set up the pressure. Ahead for Patterson in the low post against Braden. Reverses, off glass, rebound Braden. Braden pushes and he has the handle. Back for Lavoie for the triple. Tommy's restore the double-digit lead at 11. Armstrong fancy pass for Rennie, who makes the three, drops it back to 8. Ahead for Braden. Back for Lavoie again. Fake the triple on the drive, out for McCarthy, who shoots a long 2. Timeout UKC. Tommy's lead is 10, 2:29 to go here in the third. Coach Stevenson saw something he wanted to talk about. Maybe a little too easy on the Tommies offense the last couple trips. Trying to get the ACAA website up here and check out the other games that are going on this afternoon. Because MSVU way up on Mount Allison, 86-34. Wow. That's a 52-point lead. That's a big margin over Mount A. And UMBSJ up 23 on Holland, 83-60. With only 1:11 left, put that one in the book for UNBSJ. Holland men go 0-2 on the road this weekend. Lots to be decided in this one. Foul on Patterson on the rebound. That's Will Patterson. Now we're over the limit here in the third quarter. We're going to walk the length of the court for Ethan Tamwine to shoot. Makes on the first. Unless he's already been to the line today, these will be his first attempts of the season. I was showing 0 makes on 0 attempts coming into the game for Ethan. Makes 1 out of 2 there. Deruga checks back in for Patterson. Deruga checks in with 4 fouls here, 2:08 to go in the third. Let's see if they go right at Braden. Right to Braden against Deruga. See if they can get him to commit that extra foul. Lavoie on Rennie, up and under, and no good. Lavoie gets his own rebound. He's had a really good game. Jammed himself under the rim that time. Into the hands of Kings and Rennie. Rennie handles on Braden. Braden shuts the door. Back outside to Deruga. Armstrong with 10 to shoot. Travel on Armstrong. And it'll be Tarek Armstrong to the bench. As Ifezanachi Chikwe checks in. McCarthy from deep. Rebound Morris. Critical 125 here for UKC. They'd love to go into the quarter break with a single digits. The Tommies can keep the pedal to the metal and get it another more gap. They would really like that as well. It is Lavoie for the triple. Tommies lead back to 14 with 7 or 8 much this quarter, and was 8 at halftime. Rennie blocked, fouled. Again back to the line. Must have that mortgage just about paid off by now. It's been there so many times. If nothing else, he's collected a lot of frequent flyer miles from the stripe. Rennie 1 out of 2. It's a trade I think the Tommies will take. The third foul on Hassan. Oh, steal by Chikwe. Big pick off there on the pass from Riverlands. Chikwe's score here would really help UKC, and there it is. Lands from the elbow. Rebound that time is Satanovic. Final 15 seconds of the quarter. And what was 14 is now 11. Can be under 10 with a score. Deruga, offensive foul. As McCarthy stands in, and that's going to foul out Deruga. That'll be 5. Not only does it wipe out the bucket, but it takes your starting 6'6" forward out of the game for the final quarter and 3.5 seconds. No shots as that happened on the offensive end. So it could have been under 10. It's now 11. The Tommies lose the handle. 1 second left. Chance here for a long heave for UKC. Oh, not sure that one would have counted from Littleton, but it hit the front of the rim on the spin around. We end the quarter, Tommy 76. And 65 for UKC. So it was 8, it's now 11. Tommies win the quarter by 3. That is a 21-18 quarter for STU. So the Tommy scoring has slowed down from the opening frame, where they scored 29. Second quarter. The Tommies scored 26, and now 21 this quarter. Still sends a number of folks to the exits here. Long way to go in this one. I think if I was here, I'd be sticking through this, despite the foul out and the now even shorter bench for Coach Stevenson. UKC's only visit this year. Makes me a little sad. Always enjoy when Coach Stevenson and the Blue Devils come to town. Blue Devil women picked up a win over the Tommy women. The Blue Devil women will have a share of first place at the Christmas or holiday first semester break, whatever you want to call it. Tommy men with a win here could solidify their hold on second on the men's side. MSVU looked well on their way to win over Mount A last I checked. They're up 50 plus. And Mount A hosting nationals this year. Had heard rumblings that there's some additions coming there for the second half of the season for the Mounties. Stay tuned for those. Haven't had that confirmed. Rumor mill being what it is. Would not shock me though, given them hosting. Always interesting to see what happens for teams at the break. Any new players emerge. Can sometimes swing the momentum a bit in the conference. Tommies have yet to see Crandall. That's going to be 3 big matchups after Christmas, or second semester for STU. Crandall right there as a one-loss team with the Tommies. High layup off glass for Armstrong. Lead is 11, Amos. With McCarthy, Lands, Villain, and Littleton to start the quarter. Now Lavoie will check in, as will Duel for UKC. Tatanovich, Armstrong, Morris, Chikwe, and Rennie. Chikwe relatively quiet here in the second half. Rennie's done some damage, as has Armstrong, but Chikwe mostly quiet compared to his first half. Let's see if he turns that around in the fourth. Lavoie gets a hand on the pass intended for Morris. 14 on the shot clock. Inside for Morris, off glass. Tatanovich with the putback two. Ahead for Lavoie. Eight to shoot for Lavoie. Front rim, rebound Rennie. Rennie swings the elbows, foul on Lavoie on the reach. His second, team's first of the quarter. No team fouls yet for UKC. Lead is 9. And not that you want to get fouls, but as you get late in the game, you may need a foul situation, particularly if you trail. So as long as they're the right players, you don't mind picking up a few fouls here through quarter 4. Chikwe, nice pass for Satanovic. Can't finish, rebound Villain. It's picked off by Armstrong. Back ahead, Duel fights for it. Chikwe picks up the ball, takes one dribble. And for Rennie for 3. Rebound for Duel. Duel might have got away with a walk there. Referees say you got the feet down. Amos looking for the foul. Rennie on the takeaway. Play has turned really ragged here over the last 2 minutes, and Ben Duel gives the foul on Morris. It's going to be his first, Tommy's second of the quarter. Chikwe for Armstrong. Littleton with the deflection. Corson O'Rourke will check in for Marko Satanovic. O'Rourke with the take, doesn't find rim. Tommy's with possession. Ahead for Amos. Back for Littleton, and Amos takes the deep shot. Rebound Villain far side. But it's Chikwe who comes up with the ball somehow. Chikwe on Duel draws the foul and will go to the line. Not sure what more Ben Duel could do there other than to just get out of the way. Chikwe coming with a hit of speed. Going to be an important trip to the line here for Chikwe. It's his team down 9. Two free ones with the clock stopped. Tongue's getting over my eye teeth here a little bit. Can't see what I'm saying. So I'll pause, take a little sip of water while Chikwe makes his way to the line. Holding the right hamstring a little bit, giving it a stretch. Ife Chikwe. Good on the first, 8-point lead for STU. Make it 7. Chikwe out. Satanovic back in. So now you're going to look for Rennie and Armstrong to be primary weapons for UKC. Duel for Littleton. Lavoie for the cutting. Villain scores 2 off glass. Timeout UKC. As the lead is back to 9. Be a great time to look ahead at these teams' next action. Of course, it doesn't come until into January. UKC, they're in the middle of a 5-game road trip after playing 5 in a row at home. Yesterday at SJ, today here at the Tommies. Then they open with 3 straight on the road, and they're 3 tough ones. At Mount A on the 14th of January, at MSVU on the 20th, and January 21st at Holland, before returning home January 28th versus Crandall. And that's another tough game. All tough games, of course, here in the ACAA. There's no nights off. You take a night off, you're going to get run off the floor. For the Tommies, they go at Crandall January 12th to start the second half. Got that one circled on my calendar, looking at everything else that I've got going on that I commit to do, and hoping I can get down for that one in Crandall. And then back home January 14th versus MSVU. I've got that one circled as well. I'm going to be here for that, of course, in my privileged perch of the pit. As long, God willing, and as long as the creek don't rise, that is. Morris to beat the shot clock. Big bucket. It's now a 2-possession game on the three-pointer. McCarthy, no one home for the Tommies. Chikwe checks back in. Armstrong picks up the pass from O'Rourke. That's Chikwe for three. Big shot. 1-possession game. Fourth quarter thus far has belonged to UKC. Lavoie scores on the inside. Lead is 5. McCarthy looking for the steal. Can't get it, but the loose ball's into the hands of Hassan. Lavoie on the drive again. He has to be approaching 30 points in this one. Jeffrey Lavoie, it's awesome to see him wake up on the scoring front here for the Tommies this game. And they've needed every point that he's given them thus far. Offensive foul on Armstrong. Lavoie had 19 at half. I'll be shocked if he's not over 30. If not right now, by the time this one ends. Had a pretty good second half to follow up that 19. Florian, one dribble off to Lavoie. Uses the Florian screen, reverses. To McCarthy, 8 to shoot. Back for Hassan. Hassan for McCarthy. Triple finds the front rim. Hassan dives for it. Knocks it out of bounds over to UKC. Tommy's lead is 7. Armstrong guarded by Hassan. Morris thought about the three. Instead, he's going to drive back for Armstrong. Inside for O'Rourke. Oh, that's a bucket that UKC wanted. Florian falls to the floor but keeps the feet down somehow to avoid the travel. Gets the ball to McCarthy on the rebound. Florian's going to walk. So he was trying to beat O'Rourke to the bucket. Braden and Amos check in for Lavoie and Florian for STU. Coach Hickey runs more fresh bodies out in this pressure game. Quebec Lavoie will be back on the court. Probably in about a minute and a half at the very most, I would say, for Lavoie. I think the final 3 minutes in a close game, you want Lavoie on the floor. Chikwe with the fake sidestep shot. Makes the bucket for 3. It's a 4-point game. Hassan for McCarthy. McCarthy gets a blocking foul on Chikwe. That's going to be 4. Only the second team foul, though. Hassan out, Littleton in. As I said, I think they're going to come back this way as they do the icky shuffle with the towel. That's Chikwe. I think right here between Chikwe and Amos is where the wet spot is. There, he got it. You can see the reflection from up here. Tommies clinging to a 4-point lead, inbound the ball after the foul to Chikwe. That's Braden. He should have an advantage over O'Rourke. 4 to shoot. Tamwine's going to take a 3. Rebound to Morris. And Armstrong. Rennie, cross-court pass for Morris. That 3 doesn't go. Rebound McCarthy. Amos was running the floor. McCarthy says, let's get a real good shot here, and it is for Amos. Front rim three-pointer. Rebound again for Morris. Back for Armstrong. We are in for a dandy finish here. Final 3:15 in a 4-point game. UKC giving Stu all they can handle. Fought for there. Let's see who the foul goes against. Probably McCarthy. It is McCarthy. He's going to foul Rennie. It'll be the Tommies' 4th team foul of the quarter. Tamwine out. And it was almost exactly a minute and a half. 3:09. Lavoie checks back in. Second foul on McCarthy. Not a big deal there with 3:09 to go. Let's watch and see over the next minute or two whether UKC picks up a couple fouls in case they need to go to the strategy of the hack a Tommy. Send them to the line late in the game. Chikwe off the inbound. It doesn't go. Littleton right to the rim. Called for the offensive foul. Wave off the bucket. And Littleton down hard. Littleton helped up by a couple of teammates. Third foul on Littleton. He can't believe it was an offensive foul. I thought O'Rourke was rather deep on that, but he did have position. Tick under 3 to go. It's a 4-point game. Armstrong for O'Rourke. Chikwe gets McCarthy in the air, and McCarthy forces him to shuffle the feet. Warning to the bench. I believe that was Satanovic who stepped out. From across the floor, Spencer Jeffrey says you can't do that. That's a bench warning. Stay on the bench. Lavoie for Littleton. Littleton and McCarthy. Littleton gets one off, front rim, rebound Rennie. Armstrong, fancy dribble, Morris, long 3. Back rim, rebound Hassan. Inside for Braden. Back to Lavoie. Lavoie kicks for Hassan. And Littleton, 10 to shoot for Stu. Under 2 minutes, Littleton can't get it to go over the front of the rim. Braden's going to get the foul, and we're going to go shoot at the other end. Orson O'Rourke will go to the line. The dandy ball game you maybe didn't expect. Particularly the Tommies up 18 at one point in this one. Oh, how is this Armstrong on the line? This should be O'Rourke. That should be O'Rourke. Braden's pointing to him. They got that right. Yeah, clearly it should be O'Rourke shooting, not Armstrong. Nice try there by the Blue Devils. Just going to check the free throw percentage on these two players. O'Rourke shoots 75%, so why wouldn't you want him at the line? Misses there on the first. Armstrong shoots 80, so I guess if you can get the little bit of a bump. You can bet Armstrong's been there a little bit more than O'Rourke. For the second one, UKC has nobody on the offensive rebound. He's going to let O'Rourke shoot it. He misses them both. And it is Lavoie who gets the board. I'm not sure why you don't have anyone offensive rebounding there. Interesting. Sure, there's some strategy there. Braden knocked away, gets it back, looking for Lavoie. Into the hands of Hassan, launches the three. No good. Again, a rebound. And it is Armstrong who's on the end line. Tommies will inbound. Satanovic checks in for O'Rourke. Inbounded for Braden. Lavoie with the post catch. Fouled by Rennie, and Jeff Lavoie will go to the line. The Tommies up 4 and a 1:28 remaining on the game clock. It's going to be the third on Rennie. As Spencer Jeffrey with a little licky shuffle now. Cleans up the perspiration situation. Lavoie will be set to shoot. Chance to catch the breath a little bit there as we cleaned up the floor. And again, you have to ask why UKC doesn't have someone in the lower position there. Now they get it right. Satanovic and Hassan will jump in. Tommy's up 5. Make it 6 as Lavoie perfect from the line. Hassan brings pressure against Armstrong. Good move by the Tommies. Make them take time off the clock, bring it up the court. Rennie for Armstrong. Armstrong looking to kick. Lavoie got a hand on it. 13 to shoot. 1:16 on the game clock. Chikwe will inbound. Chikwe as the inbounder will be dangerous as the return passer. I always find that the inbounder is a dangerous player. Easy to lose track of. And it's timeout UKC. In a 2-possession game, they trail by 6. Tommies were on a 110-point pace at halftime, scoring 55. They only have 10 this quarter. And 15 on the part of UKC. So UKC winning the 4th thus far against the Tommies. They also won the 2nd. So the odd quarters thus far in favor of the Tommies, the even ones thus far in favor of UKC. It all boils down to a 6-point game. Tommies looking to stay at 1 loss and move to 7-1 going into the break. UKC looking for their first win, and you'd never know that UKC does not have a win the way they played here today. The talent of Chikwe and Armstrong evident. A couple little things I picked out on Armstrong in the first half. Very correctable as a rookie. And the Tommies have had to fight tooth and nail here. Said this was a focus game for STU. And it's taken every bit of focus they can muster here. And another minute 16 to go. Inbound for Armstrong, 12 in the shot clock. Chikwe launches a 3. Front rim, rebound Braden. Braden for McCarthy. Score by the Tommies here makes it really hard for UKC, particularly as they've only given 3 fouls thus far. Back for McCarthy for an open triple. No good. Rebound by Armstrong right at McCarthy. He's going to get the foul from McCarthy and go to the line. It's going to be McCarthy's 3rd. Team over the limit. Armstrong to the line. Tariq Armstrong makes the first. 5-point game. 47.1 on the clock. UKC again, no offensive rebounders. Obviously strategy. Not sure I fully understand it. Of course, you bank the shooter on making. He doesn't. Tommies, though, have a tough time ball handling in the backcourt. Still have it. McCarthy to the front. 5-point lead for Lavoie. Cross corner pass. Littleton with the triple. That's the 8-point lead. Big make there by Vince Littleton. He's going to give the foul, though, on the way back on Tariq Armstrong. Armstrong to the line again. This time it looks like they'll have at least one rebounder. And Marko Satanovic on the free throw, and it is only one. And now with only 3 team fouls given, they still have to give 2 more before they put the Tommies on the line. So it is Satanovic, the only one lining up for UKC. Armstrong makes the second, 7-point lead for the Tommies. Lavoie on the catch for McCarthy, to the middle for Littleton. Littleton for Braden. Braden for Littleton. Lavoie. Shot clock is off. The only way the UKC can get the ball back is to foul. They finally do with Satanovic and 6.8 on the clock. It'll send Vince Littleton to the line. Littleton. No, it won't send Littleton to the line. I just got done saying they haven't given enough team fouls yet, so if they get into the need to foul, it doesn't send Stu to the line. Rennie and Braden with a little jostling for position. Hassan for Lavoie, in for Braden, for Littleton. Littleton fouled by Armstrong. Not sure what the point is at this point on the clock. It's going to be a foul on Armstrong. 1.9. It will be now 2 shots for Littleton this time. And that's going to be 5 on Armstrong. No, 4 on Armstrong. That was the 5 in the air was for a substitution coming in. Morris checks in with 1.9. Tommies up 8. Tommies are going to win this one. Tommies will move to 7-1, stay at 1 loss. The only loss at MSVU, who handled Mount Allison easily this afternoon. MSVU at 8-0. Tommies at 7-1. I have to think they maintain their national rankings next week. This one comes to an end, but what a game this was. It ends up 91-82 in favor of Stu. But it was a 4-point game right into the last minute and a half or so. 2 minutes of the quarter. UKC, I believe, is going to win quarters 2 and 4, but the Tommies win quarters 1 and 3. Great battle from UKC. They'll go winless into the second semester. Tommies back on home court again. January the 14th for MSVU. You're going to want to be here for that one. I'll be here. You can catch all the Tommy action on ACAA TV. All your Tommy information at gotommies.ca as well. For everyone here at the Tommies, wishing you the best in the holiday season. Good luck to all the students on their exams. Safe travels to UKC, and see you next semester.